afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please come, Priyanshu.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please sit down. Please sit down. Better.
Thank you, sir.
So, Priyanshu, comfortable?
Yes.
So, please give your introduction to us.
So my name is PRIYANSHU Mishra. I belong to a village called Maryadpur in Mau district of Uttar Pradesh.
Be louder, Priyanshu.
So my name is PRIYANSHU Mishra. I belong to a village called Maryadpur in Mau district of Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling from Mau and Gorakhpur partially, and I have done my graduation in commerce discipline from Jaunpur University. And from 2015 till 2018, I was preparing for SSC examination and doing some part-time job. From 2018, sir, I am full-fledgedly preparing for civil services examination.
So, what attracts you to civil services?
Sir, it was combination of factors, sir. First of all, I gained gradual interest towards this examination, and secondly, I found interest in diplomacy and international affairs. So I found this is the way to pursue my ambitions.
So, your optional for foreign service is number 1?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So, tell me, the textile industry of Mau, is it still alive?
Yes, sir. It is.
But is it growing or is it dwindling and coming down?
Okay, sir. So actually, it was little bit stagnant since at least post independence it was stagnant because most of the industry is based on the handloom business. So due to small scale industry, it was not able to scale up operations. But due to various government interventions and various subsidies provided by government to the bunkers and traditional artisans of the textile industry, it has been able to make some headwinds in recent times.
Priyanshu, I have seen that you have taken political science as your subject.
Yes.
Now, today there was a news that one party, Aam Aadmi Party, has become a national party.
Yes.
And some parties which were national have been removed from that list.
Yes.
So, who decides this and what are the basis?
So, Election Commission decides this their recognition as national party, and it is as per rules of the Election Commission, and various criteria are laid down, ranging from vote share to various seats won by particular parties in various states to get recognition of national parties.
So, what are the advantages of being a national party?
So, if a party is going to be recognized as a national party, it will be getting media coverage, it will be getting office in Delhi, it will be also getting some concessions in star campaigners related provisions. A star campaigner, sir, is listed by a political party, expenditure of which is not counted as party expenditures.
But tell me, Priyanshu, Election Commission says that we believe in level playing field.
Yes.
So, when you are giving these advantages to a national party,
Yes.
suppose a candidate from national party and an independent candidate, they contest.
Yes.
So, don't you think it is not a level playing field?
So, India is a multi-party electoral system, sir. And being a multi-party electoral system, there is no bar on establishing political party. So this also brings a problem that a lot of non-serious political parties are also getting established, and they play a very frivolous role in electoral.
So why not remove these star campaigners, all the facilities to a national party? Let everyone have the same facility.
But sir, that will also the national party has some very sound public support, sir. So they need to be.
Okay, let me take you to the international relations as you are interested there. Now, this Ukraine, some minister was here,
Yes.
and she has requested India that India, being Vishwa Guru,
Yes.
Is the right country to support Ukraine and to mediate.
Yes.
What is your opinion?
So first of all, we shouldn't take sides in this war, because we also have a very long standing relations with Russia, and Russia has been time tested friends of India. So I don't think taking side here is going to be a good approach for India, sir. what we can do at best is we can play a role of mediator. We can talk to Russia because we have contacts with Russian government also, and we have very robust relations with Russia. At the same time, India is in position to talk to Ukraine
Okay,
also.
and what do you have to say about a possible war between Taiwan and China?
So it is a very much it is a possibility, sir, because due to nationalistic ambitions that are rising in China and internal problems that Chinese regime is facing.
So, with India's support to Taiwan on most of the occasions and our dependence, you think India will directly or should directly help Taiwan?
Sir, it is a little bit complicated question, sir, because India's preference has been peaceful neighborhood, and China is in our neighborhood. So, if we are going to support Taiwan, it is going to risk India being drawn into a conflict that India is not directly related to. So, supporting directly Taiwan will be risking India to getting drawn into a conflict.
Priyanshu, you are a BCom also, right? Now, my statement is there's this Adani issue, and that too partly because of bad auditing has eroded the faith of investors in stock market.
So, it would not be appropriate to say so, sir, because first of all, whatever allegations that has been raised by in Adani issue by Hindenburg report, it is not yet verified. So first of all, it will be needing a verification, a proper.
With that apart, the stock markets have already fallen down.
Yes, sir. But still.
So what is important? You deal in stock market also.
Yes.
So it is perception that matters.
Yes.
And what is the impression which has come into the people?
Yes. Initially it was very bad.
Who's bothered with what was right, what was wrong? The damage has been done.
Sorry, sir.
I said the damage has been done to the investors.
Yes.
Lakhs of crores.
Yes.
They have lost.
Yes. So in this issue, sir,
how do we build that confidence? Forget about Adani. Forget about Hindenburg. How do we restore the confidence of the investors in the stock market?
In restoration of investor sentiment is a very long-term process. So first of all, the whole system will need to be at work, sir. Starting from verification of the company which is going to be listed on the stock market, and till the moment its proper conduct of business, each and every aspect must be covered by Security and Exchange Board of India. And
thank you, Priyanshu. I move.
So, Priyanshu,
yes,
what is the objective in watching the trend in the stock values?
sir, it is acquired interest, sir. In last 3 years, I have acquired interest.
No, I don't want to know the time frame.
Yes.
I want to know the objective. Why do you do?
Sir, it is interest, sir. I see patterns. I observe
what patterns you have?
So, actually, sir, in stock market there is called something called algorithmic trading, sir. So there are various indicators, MACD, moving average, and RSI, relative strength index. So on basis of that thing, I see the divergences in the.
But a lot of computer programs have already come in the market,
but sir,
which suggest trading on those
yes,
patterns which you try to observe.
yes, but the same thing I do on a trading platform. It is not a trading platform, sir. It is a particular app that that helps in drawing the patterns and all. That is called Trading View. So I do these things on that app.
How does it help?
It is not helpful, sir. It is just about seeing the trends and just getting to the what next price action is going to be.
I see. So nothing, no monetary objective is there.
No, sir.
Okay, I see. Near your town of Mau,
Yes.
some big river flows.
Yes.
Which is that river?
Sir, there is one river called Ghagra. It passes through Dohri Ghat, and same river is also circumventing towards Belthara Road. So,
This peculiar geographical situation of that river, does it has any effect on the occupation of people in Mau?
yes, sir, it has.
What it has? Analyze that.
For example, this river is a quite big river. So it is also supporting a lot of fishermen communities here.
One
it is
fisherman.
yes, And it is also very much helpful for example, various canals has been drawn from that river. So that is also helping various farming communities, various agricultural activities that are being
Good irrigation?
Yes, irrigation.
Okay,
For irrigation
next.
also. And next is recreational purpose also, sir. On various banks of the river, parks and some kind of infra has been created, so people go there in evening time to relax.
Do they extract sand or not?
Yes, it also happens.
Is it a good business or not good business?
So
Extracting sand.
unsustainability of that practice is bad, sir.
Mhm.
And it happens.
Is it permitted under the rules or not permitted under the rules?
It is
Extracting sand from the river.
It is permitted, sir. But a total legal framework is there. But what we observed, a lot of illegal practices are taking place there.
Who gives license for sand extraction?
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. You are a student of political science also.
Yes.
So I would like your comments on Uniform Civil Code. What are the elements of Uniform Civil Code? Code means it is a set of laws.
Yes.
What laws should be there inside it?
So, a Uniform Civil Code is envisaged in directive principles of Indian Constitution, sir. And aim of Uniform Civil Code is
No, I don't want aim.
Yes, sir.
I want what law should be there inside the code.
Sir, a Uniform Civil Code aims for uniformization of the marriage law and uniformization of inheritance law and various religious law related to various religions to make them similar to promote the feeling of fraternity, promote feeling of equality.
What about divorce law?
Yes, sir, divorce law also.
If marriage is there, there
Yes.
has to be law for divorce.
Yes,
Is it not?
yes.
What are the bottlenecks in implementing Uniform Civil Code? As you have already told that it is a part of directive principles.
Yes.
So all these years no one has done it. Why? What is the difficulty?
When it was envisaged in Constitution DPSP, sir. So the main bottleneck that was envisaged that society was not ready at that time, sir. So it was envisaged that in due course of time, society will be reforming and gradually it will be reaching at such a level that implementing it will be next course of action, sir. So it is due to not readiness of society. It has taken.
As of now, what is the position? Is it ready?
It is complex things to say, sir, because in lot of aspect society is ready, but in some aspect it is not, and there are also concerns regarding various issues that it will be leading to majoritarianism, such kind of things. So that's why it is being held.
Okay, Priyanshu, who keeps the accounts of central government?
Comptroller and auditor general.
Comptroller or auditor general. Do they prepare any balance sheet? Accountants there, then balance sheet must be there.
Yes, sir. There will be, sir, but there will be, sir, but sorry, sir, I don't have.
What is it? You say? What you said?
I'm not aware about. Sir.
You are not aware. What about the budget book? Is it a balance sheet or not a balance sheet?
It is kind of balanced, sir. It is kind of balanced because revenue and expenditure are also enumerated there.
Then what is not there? Which is there in the balance sheet?
Sorry, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Priyanshu, you are interested in foreign news channel.
Yes.
So tell me about neutrality or biases of foreign channels. Do you think they are neutral towards India
So,
when it comes to news for India? Or
sorry, some news channels has been so some news channels show neutrality, but others don't. We have various examples. For example, we can see that how biasness is being shown by Al Jazeera and channels like BBC. For example, Al Jazeera is a channel that is Qatar government funds that channel, and they take the issue of human rights violation around the world, but they are not talking about human rights violation taking place in Qatar itself. Similar is the case with BBC. They took a stance on India's internal affair, which was already decided by the Supreme Court. At the same time, when a TV representative talked about the immigration policy there, he was fired in that channel. So this shows the biasness kind of way. But we also see some channels doing very good job. For example, I will like to take the name of DWTV, which is German channel. And on most of the issue, I have seen them taking a neutral stance.
So, which channels do you watch? Because these channels can be so biased.
Yes.
So, do you select a channel to see the news that is unbiased?
No, sir. I watch them all because I need to know how they are representing, how they are viewing something. So I watch them also.
So, tell me, if you were posted in Ministry of External Affairs and dealing with the British affairs,
Yes.
how would you have reacted to Khalistani groups
Yes.
taking down Indian flag from
So-
the High Commission office? How would you have retaliated?
If I am Ministry of External Affairs, so first of all I would have raised the issue at embassy level here. I would have communicated to British embassy in India. Secondly, I would have tried to communicate same to the British authorities to talk about the gravity of this issue and Indian national flag being desecrated. So I would have raised these issues and I would have requested them to take care of this since so that these issues are not going to take place in future course.
Do you think delay in signing of free trade agreement with Britain
Yes.
is also in some way related to India showing its displeasure?
It may be, sir, or it may not be also, because India's official statement is India has not stalled the talk. So officials from India is saying like that, sir. So we cannot say that India had done this in response to it. It is claimed by British news.
All right. Next is your cricket. You like cricket and you like to play cricket.
Yes.
So tell me similarities between cricket and bureaucracy.
Similarity between cricket and bureaucracy, sir, both are teamwork. It is not a single individual job. If we have to get something done, we have to do it in the spirit of teamwork.
Anything else? Is that all? I thought cricket, such an interesting game, you can draw many similarities between cricket and bureaucracy.
Sorry.
All right, if you are not able to think,
I'm
then,
sorry.
we move to next issue, stock. Tell me about taxation on trading and shares.
Yes.
How trading and shares are taxed by the government.
Okay. So one tax is security transaction tax, STT, that is levied at the rate of 0.01% on every trade that is taking place. It is levied on both intraday trading also and quarterly or monthly settlement also, sir. Another tax that is levied is long-term capital gain tax. If a particular stock is held more than 1 year, then it is going to be attract long-term capital gain tax, which is not same in the case of other income that is getting deducted, sir. And I think, sir, income tax is also there. I don't have a lot of idea about it, but I think so.
Capital gains tax is part of your income tax. All right. What is an election manifesto?
Election manifesto is a document that is presented by the political party, and it is like promise to the voters of the political party that if they come into power, what they are going to do.
So, you think it's a conflict between the party coming out with the manifesto and people?
We can say so, sir, because it is something that is being presented by the political party, and if some voter is going to vote on that, it means that it is a undeclared kind of contract, sir.
So, contract has to be written or it has to be only verbal?
Sir,
Because we, the people, have not signed what the politicians, have come out.
yes, that is kind of tacit contract, sir. It is not written contract, but we can consider it as a tacit contract between voter and the political parties.
So can we take the political parties for breach of contract in case they don't fulfill the electoral promises?
Ideally, it should be, sir, but currently we don't have mechanism for that.
Over to you.
Priyanshu,
Yes.
if I say that India has started exerting itself very effectively in international diplomacy.
Yes.
So, if you agree with this statement, then can you tell me a few instances to support this statement?
So we can categorize it in two kind of responses, sir. First response is regarding where India's sovereignty and national integrity is at stake. So in those cases, we are exerting ourselves very strongly, sir. And second stance is where India is getting drawn into some other conflicts. So that is something that is a external stimuli that is drawing India into that particular. For example, India is willing to participate in Indo-Pacific region, but India's context is more in economic sense, sir. But what other partners, for example, United States of America and Australia want is to go on more strategic and defense manner, sir. And in first case where India is exerting its influence, it is mostly regarding when India's territorial integrity and sovereignty is violated. For example, getting terrorist attack from our neighboring countries, or cartographic aggression by China shown by China. So in these issues, India is responding very. India is asserting itself.
India is asserting itself.
Yes.
With regards to Pakistan, if I say that from a stage of hyphenation to a dehyphenation,
Yes.
we have traveled, India and Pakistan. Do you support this statement? From hyphenation to dehyphenation.
I would support this.
You support this.
Yes.
Then can you cite some example
Yes.
for hyphenation and cite some example for dehyphenation?
For example, sir, earlier India's relations with Gulf countries, it was shown in context of Pakistan. It was seen with lens of the Pakistan. So whatever activities that were taking, it was via Pakistan. But right now we are seeing very continuous attempt by Gulf monarchies and Gulf countries to establish independent relations with Pakistan by India by keeping Pakistan aside. So this is where India has been able to successfully dehyphenate itself. But if we see hyphenation also, then in context to China, it is continuing the same. In context of China's relation, China, India, and Pakistan triangle, it is continuing the same, sir. We are not able to disassociate Pakistan from that angle, sir, because China considers Pakistan as its ally, and they are willing to counter India's influence in this region by help of Pakistan.
As per your opinion, what could be some important fault lines, in Pakistan, of Pakistan?
Sir, in Pakistan, there are multiple fault lines, sir.
Some important fault lines.
Yes, sir. I think, sir, I have observed their internal affairs, but I realized that water is very big fault line there, sir. Water. River water, right, sir. So, for example, Indus River, it travels from Pakistan.
Okay, I
Punjab.
agree. Water is okay. Then
Other is linguistic fault line, sir. Yes, sir. It is very strong sentiment there. Sindhi nationalism is on this. And third is also, sir, ethnic fault line. Pashtuns from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, they don't have very good opinion about the Punjabi population.
okay. My last question is about: do we have some leverage vis-a-vis Nepal as far as our relations with Nepal is concerned? Our relation. So, do we have some leverage?
We have lot of leverage, sir.
What? Can you tell me few?
So biggest leverage we have on Nepal is the transit that is orienting towards Nepal. We are offering port facilities to Nepal. So that is the biggest leverage we have. Apart from that, we also share religious and cultural relations with Nepal also, sir. That is also the leverage we have. And I think most important leverage we have on Nepal is the geographical barrier of Himalayas. That is a kind of integrating India and Nepal together, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Priyanshu.
Priyanshu, you are interested in foreign news channels.
Yes.
Why not Indian news channel?
Sir, I do watch Indian news channel also, but I am interested in them more because I want to know their perspective about our countries.
Or you find them more authentic?
More authentic in Indian ones only.
Sorry?
Indian one are more authentic.
Okay, right. Now, Priyanshu, leadership and decisiveness. These are two very important qualities of a good administrator. So, can you narrate one incident each from your college days or your personal life to show that you demonstrated the leadership and decisiveness?
In leadership, sir, I have represented my college cricket team during a tournament, and I was able to successfully steer till the last leg of the tournament. I reached till finals. So yes, sir. And second, decisiveness. I think it was decisiveness that led to me taking the leadership position, sir.
Now, you have some agriculture background. Tell me, which 4 things you would suggest to improve agriculture in India? Tell me 4 things.
Sir, I think most important thing is cold storage chain, sir. Apart from irrigation, traditional issues like irrigation facilities and roads, cold storage chain must be established because we face a lot of wastage in perishable commodities, for example, tomato and potato. So that need to be minimized because that is causing great loss to the farmers, sir. Secondly, I would also be willing to suggest a reform related to food processing industry, incentivizing them to establish in rural areas, sir. Incentivizing them to establish in rural areas, sir, so that value addition can be done, sir. Thirdly, I would be promoting an awareness drive among the farmers relating to selling their products outside country and thus boosting export also and adding an additional avenue to our business.
Priyanshu, recently, about 2-3 weeks back, there was a report that in Uttar Pradesh, 179 encounter deaths have happened in last 6 years, right? So, suppose you are district superintendent of police. So, how do you make sure that this encounter deaths do not happen in your district?
Sir, encounter deaths are...
What preventive measures would you take?
Yes. Preventive measures, sir, there must be strict implementation of guidelines that were issued by Supreme Court regarding the extrajudicial killings, and if promoting the view that if extreme situation is going to arise, and if only in self-defense police personnel is allowed to shoot the accused.
Yeah, that is my question. How to avoid that extreme situation?
Sir, by following the Supreme Court guidelines that were issued, sir. By taking proper measures in transportation of the particular accused and fulfilling
because
the
a criminal, however powerful, however dreaded he may be,
yes,
but he can't fight the might of the state. State has got so much of at its disposal.
yes.
So if pursued appropriately, I think every criminal can be made to surrender,
Yes.
or maybe at the most he can be hit in the at a place which is not fatal.
Yes.
But still, we are seeing these cases.
So I think, sir, for this, sensitization of the police force is most important thing, sir, to make them aware about rule of law and why it is important. And
The
that
last
can-
question,
Yes.
Priyanshu. Now, Pakistan and China, their relationship very strong without any boundaries. Similarly, China, Russia,
Yes.
no limits. They are reiterating again and again that there are no limits in their relationship. Don't you think that India should also have a friend like this in terms of emergency? Because we have adversaries on both sides, which are very strong adversaries, I would say, and that the chances of war, two-front war, cannot be ruled out.
So I think international relations are driven by national interest, and it is dynamic in nature. So at some time, national interest may be some other thing, and it differs. For example, in Pakistan and China relationships, it is also not very. We used to say we say that it is no limit partnership or like Russia and China, but we have seen in recent times that when Pakistan was in crisis, in economic crisis and political turmoil, China didn't come to help. So this is putting their relationship on.
Right.
Similarly,
Thank you, Priyanshu. Thank you. Over to Chairman, sir.
So, Priyanshu, Anything from your DAF which we may not have covered?
Sir, I think you have covered most of it.
We have covered most of the things. So thank you, Priyanshu. We close our interview. We'll ask you to be in the waiting room for some time and then we'll call you.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Come, Priyanshu. So, Priyanshu, what is your own opinion about your performance?
You will be better judge of this.
I will be better, but when you went out, you were happy or you were not happy with yourself?
It was stable and neutral. I can't say
You were
but it was
neutral,
very good.
non-committal. Okay. So, Priyanshu, we found you a good candidate and you had good knowledge about various subjects. Little bit of depth is required. You were very good in international relations and very clear-headed about the issues. And by and large, you were able to field all the questions very confidently. You were very comfortable and very easy, in dealing with the questions. Your communication was also good. Some members felt that you spoke a little faster. Okay? So maybe you could think of slowing down in your delivery so that you are, even initially if you remember, आपका पिच थोड़ा सा लो था. मैंने आपको शुरू में ही कह दिया बिकॉज बाद में हम आपको कहें कि अब प्रैक्टिस करना, तो हमने कहा अभी से ही प्रैक्टिस करा दें पहले, उसके बाद यू इम्प्रूव्ड. So that energy thing that was lacking in the first two sentences, you immediately recovered. And throughout the interview, we found that you were good, in terms of the pitch of the sound. As a couple of things I would like to mention, 2-3 things of which I observed, not in my questions, but one is about your IFS thing, Priyanshu, it is always better not to mention what do you want to become. When people mark IAS as the first choice, they never say, and sir, I want to become an administrator in the IAS. Right? So, better avoid. And there is a risk in that. You may be wanting to divert the subject of interview to your favorite subject. But there is a risk. The risk is, and I am applying to myself, the risk is that ever since you said that I want to become a diplomat, I was watching you whether you would be fit for a diplomat or not. Now that can be disastrous for you. Are you getting my point? So you are raising your own bar standards. Why should you take that risk? They have seen your IFS as your second choice or first choice. Maybe some questions will come. Even otherwise, your IR is the subject. Right? So, getting too many questions from IR certainly will help you. But it is not that every time all the members will ask about IR only. So, this is one advice I would like to give. So, just say, sir, I want to be in the civil service because of this, whatever reason. All that. And don't give stories. When I went there, फिर ये हुआ, फिर वो हुआ, क्या ज़रूरत है इसकी? सीधे पॉइंट पे आओ ना. इतना हिस्ट्री बताने की कहीं ज़रूरत नहीं है. And we have seen that 60% of the candidates who come for the mocks, they start with childhood, dream, father, in service, influenced by them, some teacher. इतना सब कहानी बताने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं. और फिर मुद्दे पे आते हो कि साहब मुझे वहाँ पे डाइवर्सिटी मिलती है, मुझे करियर अच्छा मिलता है. पहले उस पे आ जाओ ना. और फिर उसके बाद हल्का सा मेंशन कर दो कि साहब आई हैव गॉट लॉट ऑफ इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम माय फ्रेंड्स, वेल विशर्स, पेरेंट्स, टीचर्स, राइट? सो दिस विल बी मोर क्रिस्प एंड स्ट्रक्चर्ड इंस्टेड ऑफ नरेटिंग द स्टोरी. स्टोरी टेलिंग जो है वो अवॉइड करना चाहिए. Another thing which, although I am referring to the honorable member's question, but since I am an election hand, so आपने इलेक्शन मैनिफेस्टो को लिए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कहा, न जाने किस कानून से कहा, बट यू वेंट ऑन अ रॉन्ग ट्रैक. And you also mention in the end that ideally it should be like this. But unfortunately ऐसा नहीं है. Now, मुझे आपके इस सेंटेंस से क्या दिखा कि you have a contempt for political parties and the system, which is very dangerous. आप समझ रहे मेरी बात? तो ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स को अवॉइड करो. आपने जहां तक गलत कहा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हैं और तो एनफोर्सेबिलिटी वाली बात आती है, एनफोर्सेबल तो है नहीं. सीधा से कह दो कि सर दे आर नॉट एनफोर्सेबल, अनफॉर्चुनेटली यार आइडली होना चाहिए, ये तो क्वेश्चन ही नहीं था. यू एडेड फ्रॉम योर साइड, अपनी आपने भड़ास निकाली. ये सब पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज ऐसी है, कुछ करते नहीं है, कह देते हैं. समझ रहे हो तुम? वो मत करना. और इलेक्शन मैनिफेस्टो कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होता, ठीक है. और तो बस ये चीज़ें. और एक तुमने बजट को बैलेंस शीट बोला, मैं जाते जाते सुन रहा था, पता नहीं उसके बाद व्हाट ट्रांसपायर्ड. तो बैलेंस शीट पे गवर्नमेंट एसेट्स बताती है अपनी पूरे फिक्स्ड एसेट्स, क्या लायबिलिटीज बताती है, क्या क्या लायबिलिटीज है. सो इट इज़ बेसिकली अ फंड फ्लो. रेवेन्यू कहाँ से आएगा और कहाँ जाएगा, वो ₹1 का बनाते हैं ना हर बार. सो सिंपल टर्म्स में कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट कहलाता है, बट एनी स्टेटमेंट रिलेटेड टू फाइनेंसेस, it states the finances of the country. तो ये that's all from my side.
So, point is that already told that you will appear to be more energetic. You should be. One way is to speak loudly. And in your mind, you think that you are participating in a discussion, lively discussion, so that the mental framework is ready for that type of activity. Abhi today you are looking very tired. So since you are looking tired, so performance is not up to the mark. So this is one. Then say sitting direction, क्या करिए, थोड़ा सा और वर्टिकल होके बैठिए तो ऊंचा, हाँ सीधा बैठिए, हाँ ठीक है. और अगर आप कंधे उसके शोल्डर पर हाथ रख लेंगे, साइड में 2 हत्थे लगे हुए हैं ना, देखिए वो उसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. जो कंफर्टेबल लगे वो करिए, हैं, चिपका के रखने का जरूरत नहीं है. और सीधा होके बैठेंगे तो पर्सनालिटी अच्छी आएगी, ठीक है ना. अच्छा, ये पर्टिकुलर टाई जो है वो उचित नहीं है. टाई का कलर भी चेंज करेंगे और टाई भी थोड़ा सा दूसरी लेंगे, हैं. और आपको जो क्लीन शेव होके जाएंगे, हैं, तो वहाँ जाने के टाइम में आपको पूरा एनर्जी भरा हुआ होना चाहिए. आप अगर फाइनल इंटरव्यू के दिन में भी एनर्जी नहीं दिखाएंगे तो कैसे होगा, ठीक है. ऐसे करिएगा. और नॉर्मली हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि कोई भी चीज़ होती है तो कहीं पर इंटरेस्ट एंड हॉबीज़ की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो कुछ ना कुछ उसमें चाहे इंटरटेनमेंट ही हो, देयर हैज़ टू बी सम ऑब्जेक्टिव. We cannot stop at just observing the trends. After observing the trends, either we predict ourselves or draw some conclusion or discuss with friends, make it a point of discussion. ऐसे करके कुछ उसका होना चाहिए.
One thing I would like to ask.
हाँ,
जैसे ट्रेंड हम देखते हैं,
जी,
तो वो ट्रेंड्स हमारे कुछ फ्रेंड्स हैं तो वो स्टॉक मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, तो वो पूछते तो उनको बताते, तो ये क्या हम मेंशन कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, वही बता रहा हूँ, ऐसी कोई दिक्कत नहीं. दैट्स व्हाट I wanted to take you to that you had spoken half truth. I know, you see, keep on talking to people. तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. You say, I feel that I can, observing the trends, I can, short-term, long-term predictions can be made. And it's a big art. Making short-term, long-term prediction is a big art. You may not invest yourself, but you can always guide the investors on that direction. इसमें अंदर में जो हिचकिचाहट थी मुझे दिख रही थी. हाँ, घबराने की बात नहीं है. You are not a bureaucrat already which are drawing salary from the government, so you cannot invest. You are a knowledgeable citizen, and you have an art. You can do that. There is nothing. So only thing, this should not lead to long discussion or speculations and all that. Say that you have learnt it and you are confident in the matter. हाँ, और ज़्यादा वो ग्राफ नहीं बोलने हैं, एक दो ग्राफ बोलिए, उससे ज़्यादा मत बोलिए, क्योंकि ज़्यादा ग्राफ की बात करेंगे तो विच आई टोल्ड यू, आई स्नब्ड यू that whatever your graph you are talking all already have been computerized and algo trading is already there in the market based on that. So what are you talking about? इसलिए as a interest you can say about it, not more. Huh? Thank you. Yeah.
So Priyanshu, chairman has very rightly brought out issues. Not only that, I asked you second question, what is a contract? Can you have oral contract? Can you have one-sided contract? So that means you need to read. You need to read little more. You are a PSIR student, so this question was asked. Then comparing cricket and bureaucracy, I expected little better performance. On foreign media and on FTA with UK. Foreign media, just see that there will be counter questions on BBC. The moment you talk of foreign media, तो उसको देख लेना. Rest all you were good. Trading में you were not able to give me the slabs of taxes. When you talk of taxes, then you should also tell me up to what slab it is taxable and beyond which it is not taxable. Then only as a chartered, as a BCom student, I will know that you are aware. ठीक है? So थोड़ा सा knowledge और बढ़ाइए. आपका interview है 2nd May. So you have good 3 weeks. Make best use of it. Otherwise, personality is good, communication is good, and good clarity. Wherever you knew, you came out clearly. But need little more depth in your replies.
Priyanshu, you are a very good candidate. You have done well in international issues, affairs and other. You have done quite well over there. And for other, deficiencies, as the board has flagged out some things, so you just work upon them, improve those things, and then you will do well. All the best.
Priyanshu, just issue of again this little bit of low energy, थोड़ा शेव वगैरह करके एक दो मॉक कर दीजिए आप. मुझे भी आज आप ना थके हुए थोड़ा लग रहे थे, तो वो इशू उसके लिए आप अब क्योंकि 2 मई को है तो उसको तैयार कर लीजिए. उस दिन ये बिल्कुल जरा सा भी नहीं होना चाहिए ये चीज़. थकान है या लो एनर्जी लेवल है ना, उसके लिए आप बिल्कुल, बिकॉज दैट इज़ अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ओकेजन ऑफ योर लाइफ. तो उसके लिए अभी से आप तैयारी कीजिए. थोड़ा अपने आप को, अगर आप मॉर्निंग वॉक वगैरह पे जाते हो तो मॉर्निंग वॉक पे जाइए, थोड़ा योगा वगैरह कीजिए थोड़ा, ताकि उस दिन आप बिल्कुल एकदम इन द बेस्ट ऑफ योर हेल्थ, और उसमें थकान नहीं लगनी चाहिए आपके चेहरे पर. उससे आपका ओवरऑल मुझे थोड़ा लगा कि परफॉर्मेंस आपकी नीचे आ रही है. उससे क्या है कि थोड़ा सा आपका पिच भी लो हो गया था, बाद में आपने ठीक कर लिया था, है ना. और फास्ट स्पीकिंग का भी मुझे थोड़ा सा बीच बीच में इशू लग रहा था. आप वीडियो में देखिएगा, ठीक है. तो थोड़ा सा बीच बीच में पॉज कर लीजिए. जैसे मान लीजिए किसी आंसर के 3 या 4 पार्ट्स हैं, तो जस्ट गिव 1 सेकेंड गैप आफ्टर यू कंप्लीट 1 पॉइंट एंड स्विच ओवर टू अनदर. जस्ट कीप just 1 second gap. So that will automatically take care of this. Okay. Otherwise, you are very good candidate. All other things are very. All the best.
So, Priyanshu, anything you would like to ask us?
No, sir. You have cleared all the doubts.
All the doubts. So we have given you 63%, Priyanshu, today.
Yes.
173 marks.
So is it your first time UPSC interview?
It was overall my 4th attempt, sir, and it is my first interview. So,
Interviews first.
yes.
You're good in interview. You may have tried 4 attempts. Your means may not have been that strong, or with prelims, wherever. But now that you have entered into this, it's a golden opportunity, Priyanshu. So be kind to yourself by reading more and more and addressing all the issues. I don't want to repeat them again. So all the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All the best.